Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTrack's broadcast. And we are coming to you live here right in the middle of qualifying, taking a look at some of our drivers as we saw Matthew George going ahead and marching off the concrete surface at one lap out there for qualifying in his number 5 Chevrolet. Nailed down a 13th position. Appreciate you joining us out there already. I can tell I've got at least 13 people out there watching here so far. Let's try to jack those numbers up. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Right now, I am showing 699 subscribers, guys. I need one more, and we hit our next milestone here at SimTrack's Broadcasting. Seeing that we have broken just over that 1 year mark, and we are still growing. I love to see each and every one of you joining out here, and especially when you subscribe, you can go ahead and get the latest races from us, and you can chat with us out there as well. All right, taking a look out here, let's go ahead and get back down to the track. Stella will be joining us here in just a moment, but I do want to take a quick look at some of our fastest times out there on the track, which none other than Dylan Banks in the number 48 Chevrolet will be followed by 5 more of Senchak Arthur, Conover, and Ryan Bird. Notice how a lot of flatline racers getting very quickly out here. Now, can they make up any kind of difference on Dylan Banks, as he has been hot as of late? This guy has been able to place this car wherever he wants, pick up the speed where he's looking for it, and come out on top. So we are going to see a heck of a race here tonight. The top 10 is loaded by 80% here of Chevrolets. Tim Harper's Ford sits 6th, and Jake Christenberry's Toyota will be rounding out the top 10. Oddly enough, we have plenty of drivers out here tonight. I believe Thomas Walter and Cody Eldred may or may not be serving a penalty. I think, Stella, checking at your books now, are they serving a penalty here tonight?
They are. I'm afraid so. Cody Eldred, Thomas Walter, Eric Sable, Walker Thomas, Michael Boyles, and Justin Bland have a no qualify penalty tonight.
All right, so it would explain why the last few drivers did not come down and nail a time out there on the track. They're going to be starting from the back. Thomas Walter will be starting in the 28th position, and Cody Eldred will be starting 30th. Obviously, the 199 Toyota of Jacob Gladelick out there. Of course, obviously, our Drift King. He's supporting us out there in the Choose Cone car. Glad to see him joining us out here, and hopefully we can have a fantastic race tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race here at the Nashville Super Speedway. 180 lap stages will be at 54 and 111. Of course, a 60% fuel limit with 5 sets of tires down in the pits, and I assure you, these guys, if there's a caution, they're going to be using them. We got to try to stay on the track. This is obviously an open setup league, which they're definitely going to support a no fast repair limit. You mess it up, you're done, so go ahead and park it. Me, of course, Patrick Morrison's lead producer, commentator next to me of Stella, and Jacob Gladelick out there in the Choose Cone car. 118 degrees on the track. That should be fantastic, but Stella, I'm more worried about that 10 miles an hour wind out there before we get to our starting grid here for the night.
Yeah, you're worried about the wind. I'm worried about that temperature. That has to be one of the highest temperatures on the track I have seen.
Yep, well, with the humidity kind of toying around a little bit, somewhere around that 60% mark, these guys are going to be really nervous out there if this track is actually going to get sticky out there, or is this going to be such heavy air that they're not going to be able to pull through. It's going to be a big kind of a flip-flop here, whether that is or is not going to work to some of their advantages out here, but all race teams are going to be ready to go and take ready to take this track on. Let's get to our starting grid here as Dylan Banks, Tom Senchak start at 1 and 2. Vincent Arthur will be starting on the inside row, number 2, where Josh Conover will be starting on the outside. Obviously, you see Conover out there in the 42. He's looking to kind of reprise his role in the front, so he's going to continue his charge out there back in the Busch car. Ryan Bird will be starting 5th. Tom Harper is our 6th place driver. Kyle Rochelle, Aaron Krolick. Remember how Krolick did last time? A quick little look back. Krolick, man, he was a pinball out there, looking to definitely work out a lot better here tonight with a top 10 start. Nick Giles, highest spot I've seen him start in. He'll be starting 9th next to Jake Christenberry's Toyota. Moving on to Corey Harville. Harville, his Toyo, trying to sit right in the 92 machine, just outside the top 10, and Blade Timmons starting in 12th. Moving on through, Matthew George, Dakota Moniz, Kyle Gilbert, Jacob Malone. Malone, what a terrible start here. He's going to be way here, right about middle of the field, next to Kevin Balmer and Ryan Patty. Fast names. They're going to be looking to charge their way back through. Adam Kulikowski, Cody Height, Blake Hoppy, Cameron Thompson and Ryan Ferraro, followed up by Brandon Dunford. Finishing out the final of our field here. That's going to be, it looks like, I believe that should have been Dakota Hendrickson, Kevin Gunther. It should be Scott Kerberg, Thomas Walter, and finishing out the field in 29th position will be Cody Eldred. As we are under green here already, got a couple of guys thinking about making a different move out there to slide to the outside. No can do, as they are 2x2 all the way back, and now Conover sees he's got an opening here, but he has a choice to make here. Does he follow his teammate Vincent Arthur, or does he get behind Tom Senchak? He decides to get behind Arthur as Arthur fades up toward the top. Whoa! Looks like he's going to bump him off the track here, and right now, they may be teammates, but they're going to send it 3 wide here, and Vincent Arthur caught in the middle of another situation. He does not want to be in here at all, but I believe we've got Kralik is out of sorts here, and I've got pieces flying.
Sure do. I thought our first one was going to be up front there, but that was a hard hit and a blinker here on the inside.
And I have no caution.
Nope.
We had bumpers flying, and nothing has happened. 2 drivers have lost the most positions, Kralik and Kyle Rochelle, 28th and 29th here, but I'm not sure what happened here. It kind of shuffled them all up and sent them straight to the back here. I don't know why exactly that happened. We'll definitely see if we can fall in line and see what's going on. But Stella, talk to us a little bit about the front running here, where Tom Senchak has dropped down 2 positions to sit 4th.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I mean, Dylan Banks is, though, running the best time on the track. He just set a 30.367. Well, then again, I call myself Josh Conover just beat that. So these guys are pushing it very hard, very early on. And, wow. Yeah, 1 through 5, we are looking at all Chevys between Banks, Conover, Arthur Senchak, and Bird. And I thought we were getting a little bit of touching going on there with Arthur, getting a little beat up by Senchak, but everything seems to have smoothed out, and we are single file up in the front.
All right, good settling down, though, but I do want to rotate back and take a look what happens to Kyle Rochelle here. Remember, we were watching 3 wide. Kralik gets involved. Whoop, right in the back. Kralik sends right there into the back of Kyle Rochelle, and that's Kyle Rochelle making contact there with the wall.
Ah, it was his bumper that went flying. All right.
And right now, he is sitting down pit road. We're going to see if I can get another look at it here.
Now, it did replace and repair, so he may luck out on that one.
Right there, the snapback. That's where we saw the bumper in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, put it back on and then back to it. So Rochelle, unfortunately, down pit road for the last minute or so. He has been back out. Kyle Rochelle looks like he is in one piece. A late Apex Racing driver in the 27 machine, going to be starting way off track here. We'll kind of definitely give you a split time here. That way we can start seeing our guys who are unfortunately having to fight it from the back. Banks, though, is unable to get away this race so far, as Conover's holding him close to less than a quarter of a second. Right now, the 42 and the 48 transferred numbers earlier here in the season as they switch back and forth. But it looks like Banks is going to hold on to the 48, hold on to the lead as well, as Conover continues his chase in that 42 Chevrolet. Originally starting 4th, now sits 2nd, still running him down.
Yeah, it's deceiving on this track, being that the turns are only 14 degrees. It almost looks flat to what we've been experiencing the last couple weeks. But these guys are looking good. I mean, they are running 180 miles an hour out there.
All right, well, seeing how this track has rubbered up a little bit, they've spent a lot of time out there practicing. I think this track will be plenty tacky for these guys to run on and definitely have a good time, be able to make sure they can stay on the track. There shouldn't be a whole lot of slipping and sliding, as Kyle Rochelle unfortunately showed us otherwise, as I believe he is working his way back down pit road.
Yes.
Unfortunately, looked like a little bit of a bird there. Looked like he's flying up and down. Hopefully we'll don't run into that is the same way that Dale Earnhardt did at Daytona, where a seagull hit the left front headlight there and definitely destroyed his car in the first 20 laps of the race.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
flying rats.
Yeah, well, you don't start top 10 and then get, no good deed goes unpunished out there, as he spent over 2 decades trying to finally win one. He did win one and unfortunately met his end. All right, let's check back in here on Tim Harper, who sits 8th. He's now down 2 as Jacob Malone. Remember I was saying earlier that he had a terrible start, but it looks like the power of the Beaver Nuggets here, already working his way up to the front, sitting 7th. He's gained 9.
All right. One I would like to bring your attention to is in the 19 car, which we usually see as Brady Motes. He is suspended, but he has a substitute driver tonight by the name of Kyle Gilbert. That's who will be running the 19 car tonight.
All right. Well, not to be confused with any of the other Caleb Gilbert or Travis Gilberts we've had out there. No. Kyle Gilbert now looks like in the 19 Chevrolet. He's gaining 3 here so far. Stella, I don't want to poke too much here. Any idea why in the world we've lost our gentleman of Brady Motes?
Well, it would be a cumulative caused cautions for the season. If you hit a certain number, they give you a little break.
Okay, well, definitely will. Hopefully, he'll be able to clean up his act if he's able to return back here to the league. NORA definitely putting on great races here so far, and guys are definitely having a great time out there, knowing exactly when to make their moves, when to slide up to the front. But right now, here again, Kyle Gilbert looking to break into the top 10. He's only got 1 more to go, and he's got to pass the fast FedEx machine there of Jake Christenberry, who holds on the 10th. But still trying to clear Blade Timmons, though. Timmons, we haven't seen him in a long while. Glad to see the 23 Chevrolet back out here onto the track. And Stella, notice how Blade Timmons out there, kind of weighing his options here. Holding that low line, definitely a little more of a struggle on the tires here. But we talked to many, many guys about this Nashville track, Stella, and they'll kind of slow it down a little bit here. And some of the guys did say that tire wear is prevalent here. There's no way, ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know that your number one competition is yourself, and the tires are going to be definitely something they've got to keep an eye out for. As Kyle Gilbert and now Kevin Baumler is looking to clear right now the marching backwards here of Blade Timmons. Timmons still trying to hold on, though, as the 56 Ryan Patty is going to close the gap here and work his way up to the front. But, as we get back to the tire wear issue, guys have different setups here. Some have run half track, high track, or low, and that setup is going to have to work for them. Now, as the track continues to change here, Stella, a lot of guys are going to see changing their lines later on in the race.
Yeah, I'm assuming you'll see a change in lines just according to how long we have green flag laps, too, and that tire wear. Now, this is the largest concrete track in... sorry. I get caught up watching, boy. The largest concrete-only track in NASCAR. So it has to have its own personal setup, I'm sure.
Yeah, as we see right now, Ryan on top of Ryan Patty's car as he slides to the inside here. Kevin Baumler, remember Baumler out there in the money line machine, had been in plenty of trouble earlier last race. He was getting tumbled around and banged around out there, I think about 40, 50 laps in, but he is right now on the march up to the front as Toyo is definitely making it happen here. Up 4, sitting 13th.
Speaking of trouble, Kevin Gunter, the 55 cars, been down in the pit for about 3.5 minutes. Do we know what happened to Kevin?
Looks like right front fender. That looks like a broken toe link.
That's not good.
No,
okay.
No, it is not. Ouch.
Oh, very much.
Well, we'll see if we can find out what happened to him out there and kind of roll it back, and we'll take a look. But Stella, we move back here to Dakota Hendrickson. Now, he started 25th, working his way up to 20th now. It's still seeming to make a good turn, but as we kind of look at our guys here in the back all clumping together and working their way up to the front, it's difficult to say, man, these guys are really kicking it here. When I'm looking at the front 4 guys are out in front by almost 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, they definitely have made some separation for themselves, those front 4. Who is making these ones in the back fight even harder? I am sorry. I'm watching. I think that's Timmons in the middle.
Yes, Timmons in the middle. Blake Hoppy on the bottom and Kyle Gilbert to the high side. Gilbert's able to squeeze out of there, but Hoppy trying to close the gap, pushing Timmons up the track just a little bit. That way he can get a solid angle into the following turn. But Hoppy, full clear here to the 23 and now taking on the 19. 3/4 of the car does make it by as they continue to fight on through. Look how this battle is going here so far as Blake Hoppy. Excellent turn here, and he's going to get not one, but 2 positions. That moves him from 15th to 13th, and he's going to continue his charge forward. He's already up 8.
Yeah, and the one I was watching, Matthew George, suddenly came up. I thought he was going to follow Hoppy along, but got really close, and and all of a sudden dropped back 3 places just in that one move. As Hoppy went up, he went back.
Yeah. We'll take a look back here at Kevin Gunther and see what happened here and see if there's an obvious issue. Oh, loose. Up on the apron, loose.
Oh, no. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Who is that that's giving me the blinking terrors tonight?
That may be Aaron Krolick. It looks like a black and gold car out there having some trouble.
Ah, okay.
As we still tangle and tumble around out there. Some guys are still fighting it here, Stella. Right now, we are still pushing our way up to the front. 17 viewers now. Love seeing you guys out there. Now up to 18. Looking beautiful out there. Guys, tell me what you think of this race so far. We are 23 laps under green here. Couple of guys have ended up knocking themselves out here. Kevin Gunther goes ahead and gives a quick kiss to the wall. 6.5 minutes down in the pit box for him. He's looking at a minimum of 8 to put a toe link on. That's not including the fender and the hood that are smashed to pieces. Kyle Rochelle had a problem back. I believe it was on lap 2. Lap 2 he ended up coming down and then rejoining back on lap 6 to get some more damage taken care of. And we are still pushing our way up to the front. Let's march our way back to the field here, Stella, as we take a look at Ryan Patty working here on Jake Christenberry. This is the battle for 10th.
Yeah, looking good. Tight though, boy. These guys have are not leaving much wiggle room behind them. I mean, after last week, you'd think they'd be a little bit gun shy, but they are not. They're pushing this. I mean, we've got 180 laps and we're at 25. They're but taking no prisoners.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed as you were kind of walking us through it. There is right now Jake Christenberry right as he was crossing the start-finish line. His car broke loose a little bit coming across that line. Those left side tires touched the apron, so he's got to be super careful here. I understand trying to cut as much track as possible, but getting the draft off Ryan Patty, coming down and touching that dark part, you saw it kind of squirted out of him a little bit. Yeah, he comes up about half a lane and decides, yeah, we're not interested in losing track that much. As if there's one thing that it can lose track, it would be that FedEx machine. Loses every package I've ever looked for.
Oh.
That's all right. If it's business
I got
related,
a couple
it's
of
going to
them
happen.
today.
All right.
The nice lady delivered them right into my hand.
Oh, what a swell lass. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's keep on marching up, as right now I see Nick Geilis working his way down pit road. Looks like he's going to be the first taker, maybe offset pitting here. I don't see any damage that's really caused by anything out there on the track. Let's check on Jacob Malone. Malone moving up now to 6th. Corey Harville will be next on his list to chop him down. Right now, as we see a couple of different piles here that we're seeing before we reach back, and then we find, I believe, Matthew George, where he kind of hanging out here with Cody Height and Cameron Thompson in front. Tim Harper, Tom Senchak, and Josh Conover. Here they come down pit road. So, Stella, we have already got guys heading down pit road, but our leader continues to stand strong, leading every lap out front, now holding out a second and a half in front of Vincent Arthur here. He's led all 28 laps here so far, looking for the 29th, if he's going to start the 29th. But it looks like Vincent Arthur, oh yeah, he's trying to time at the exact same time that Dylan Banks is. That's going to put Corey Harville into the lead. That's going to be our first lead change here of the night. Rookie Corey Harville in the 92 Toyota. He is rocking and rolling here. Great job here by Corey Harville. If you tune in here, Stella, to Simtrax Broadcasting, you were there with me as well. Backmarkers Racing. You'll also notice him in that racing league out there. Definitely pushing his Toyota around, doing a great job out there. So if you're looking to see more of Corey Harville, whoa! As Jacob Malone was going to say, yep, you'll see more of him hanging out there in the pit.
Oh, no.
Holy cow. Yeah, Malone now going to lead a lap as Ryan Bird switches it up down on the bottom. Definitely a lot of fuel conservation there by Ryan Bird. Definitely to be expected. Ryan Bird is one of those drivers that you see kind of hang back, stays in that top 15, but not in the top 10. Hangs out there for a little while, and then he's able to run another 2 or 3 more laps than the rest of the field. Is it paid off? Sometimes, but not all the time. Jacob Malone working his way on down. That's going to put Ryan Bird, Ryan Patty, and Kevin Balmer 1, 2, and 3 as the field is getting shuffled up. Stella, we'll take a little look at our field out there, and we got guys everywhere.
Yes, we do. My heavens. But in the past, we have watched Dylan Banks reserve those tires to the extreme. So I'm figuring anybody at this point who's able to stay out past him is either living dangerously or has something we don't know about.
Yeah, believe it. Right now, I'm considering also right now that the stage is at lap 54. That's going to put Jacob Malone down a lap, as well as Jake Christenberry, Blade Timmons. These guys have got to come down pit. But we are still looking at our top 10 drivers have not pit. That being Bird, Patty, Baumler, George Dunford, Krolick, Kulikowski, Walter Hendrickson, and Kerber. All those guys still need to come down. We're still waiting to see how much longer they're going to hold out. There's 3 more. George, Krolick, and Hendrickson working their way down.
Yep.
All right, checking in on Kevin Balmer. I'm wondering if any of these guys are also weighing the options. Is not just fuel here, Stella. I'm wondering if we're also watching some of our times out there. Ryan Patty ran his fastest time of a 30.84. Right now, he's running a 31.51. So we're almost off by about a second here. So he might want to start watching his time as guys are starting to really reel him in here. Josh Conover, his best time was a 30.5. Right now, he's running a little bit slower, I think, as he's chasing Vincent Arthur here with a 31.49. So, seems almost like the playing field's kind of leveled out here, whether you pit or not. And most of the guys out here, Stella, did take some tires, but not all. 7.5 seconds out there for Josh Conover as Kulikowski and Thomas Walter working their way on down. And we are still, with our top 4 drivers, have yet to pit.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But Conover, having been in, is not a lap down. So that's pretty cool. But like you say, he only came in for a touch and go.
Yep. Well, right now, as the 3 little pigs would say, right now he's only by his chinny chin. Right now, this is Josh Conover looking back at Ryan Bird, the leader. That is how close he's not being a lap down here. So he has really got to pick up the pace here, or he's definitely going to have to probably block him out here as Ryan Bird still tire saving and fuel saving. Now, Josh Conover came in on lap 27 here, and we are running lap 36.
Nice.
Yeah, that's impressive. Right now, he's been able to stretch it out another 10 laps here. Does Ryan Bird have something we don't know? Has he done the Darrell Waltrip here and filled that car full of BBs, let him out, and now he's able to pick up a lot more speed. Dylan Banks looking to get his lap back the hard way. Right now, that'll get him for 7th, and he does. Tom Senchak looking to follow.
Nice.
Yep, keep it going, Stella, here as we got Tom Senchak here to the outside. Still following along there with Dylan Banks, but obviously Banks has thought this long and hard. Right now, Dylan Banks came down for 4 tires and fuel. Notice Josh Conover only 7.5 seconds for fuel and go.
Yes.
So that looks like Dylan Banks is going to drive one-handed around him here. And Tom Senchak looking to do the exact same. Josh Conover is the only one to take only fuel, seeing we get all the way back to Jake Christenberry who is our 13th place driver, is he at a 9.6. But still, hanging out there, waiting to come in the pit is Ryan Bird, Ryan Patty, Kevin Baumler, and Brandon Dunford. They are still holding out here, though. I'm impressed to see how long they've gone.
Yes. Now, you spoke earlier about short run cars and long run cars. I mean, is this something that it would really be exemplary of a long run car?
Yes, this is exactly what he's done. I would also expect to see Ryan Bird may have geared this thing just a little bit differently to keep the RPMs lower. That way he can fuel conserve, because this may actually be a long-run green flag race other than the stages, which I'm sure everybody, including our viewers, would enjoy seeing a not caution-filled race. I will admit, once cars do get bunched up later on here in the night, as the sun goes down, the lights start coming on, things start getting a little crazy out there on the track, and no matter what, we're going to see some havoc out there. But right now, enjoy it while you can, as we are seeing our leader here of Ryan Bird still trying to chase down Conover. He wants to put him a lap down, but he's not getting a chance here. He's trying to get him here. But if you also consider here, Stella, both these guys are on the same tires.
Oh, that is true.
Yep. So Conover is going to have to try to toy around with it here a little bit. Conover opting not to take tires. We'd see Dylan Banks out there running a 30.9. Now remember, Conover was hanging out there. The only one to be close enough to reach out and touch Dylan Banks was Conover. So he's going to be saving a set of tires for later on in this race. And honestly, that may be the make or break. So we've already seen Dylan Banks is down a set of tires already here in the game. He wants to get back up front. He is sitting right now in 6th. Our front 4 guys will pit, but that does make you weigh your options here. Dylan Banks is sitting off 4 seconds off Vincent Arthur and reeling him in quickly. So Vincent Arthur also as well with a 10.10 down in the pit boxes. Ryan Bird is working his way on in. That leaves us only 3 left. I believe Baumler and Dunford. Yes, they are all coming down. That leaving us our rookie of Ryan Patty out there. And Jacob Malone working to get his way around. Yep. Round he goes. Ryan Patty's still hanging out there.
Wow. Some of these guys are definitely stretching it more than we thought. But now, take a look. Ryan Bird also.
Oh, the tires! No! Well, I think he was under speed, but it is definitely going to cost him, unable to hold it there.
Yeah, but I was looking, I was saying Ryan Bird came in, and he was talking those old tires. He did not take a set.
Ryan Bird did not take tires. Yeah, 5.87. I think he took enough fuel to get to the end.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to hold on. Bird's now sitting 6th. I'm sure we'll see him probably 5th place, which will put him exactly where he started this race. I believe Malone is getting ready to work around him, though, and he does. Vincent Arthur now holding the lead out in front by almost 4 seconds here over top of Dylan Banks. He's only got about 10 more laps he needs to hold on to go ahead and get himself another stage win here on the season.
Yeah, now mind you, in his pit stop on lap 28, I'd say that's fuel or maybe 2 tires. So he might have a little bit of advantage over these fuel and goes, but not as much as Dylan Banks behind him with 4 tires.
Yeah, no kidding. I would expect Vincent Arthur to throw on maybe a set of left sides or right sides. It's definitely one set. He did not take the all 4 go back out there. So right now, out of our guys here in the top 10, only if you consider Vincent Arthur, I believe 4 guys have decided to short pit here. Ryan Bird being one of them with a fuel and go, as well as Josh Conover. And another name we haven't talked about much, Blake Hoppy. Blake Hoppy actually came down 10.47. Now, he's kind of shuffled it up a little bit here, working his way back to the front. But he enjoyed his 11th position gain, and he's going to hold on to it as he sits in the top 10 here. As he's trying to hold out, as Jake Christenberry is the next driver looking to run him down for the top 10 spot. Christenberry's been holding on to 10th pretty much all night here, but he's another driver who's short pit with a 9.65. So we are starting to talk a whole bunch of numbers here. Banks starting to reel in Arthur. Well, I'm seeing about 2/10 faster in the past couple of laps here. Arthur may be out to enough of a lead here. I would definitely expect to see the Flatline Racing guys either hide a few tricks up their sleeves here, or Dylan Banks is going to head back to the drawing board and figure out what he can do to not get shown up like this in the final stage if he's looking for another win.
Oh, I don't see much in the way of showing up. We are only on lap 40. Wee. Sorry.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on the number 3 out there. Guileless getting a little loopy out there. Hopefully he's able to hold on to it, though. I think he's starting to overheat the tires.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, a little more aggressive into the turns. Asphalt's a little more forgiving, but concrete is not. Concrete can be a lot more aggressive on the tires out there and scuff them up real bad, so as soon as they start melting down a little bit, it actually shaves the tire down instead of kind of marbling it up and rolling it.
So it's slippery or...
Right, so it ends up being more and more slick, and it just kind of glazes them more than scuffs them and allows you to continue. So right now, Guileless now 12th. He's running down Cody Height, though, but he's able to maintain over the past couple of laps. Seems he's slowed it down just a little bit here to make sure he can stay in contact here with the racing surface. Banks, under 3.5 seconds, but he's got 4 laps to drum up something here if he wants to run down Vincent Arthur. But still, I would probably say Vincent Arthur's got this one in the bag.
Yes, and if you are going for tire conservation, since you now have a set on there, I think the last thing you would want to do is try to catch up with somebody that's not catchable in 2 laps, and 3 laps, and burn them off. I mean, you're going to get your second place stage points and not kill yourself.
Yeah, well, he's definitely wanting to stay in front of Tom Senchak there. His points matter each and every race when we get ready to head to the playoffs, though. Senchak is sitting 3rd right now, only about a quarter of a second behind him, though. And Vincent Arthur just needs to kind of march off a few, though. Right now, Stella, check it out. Well over 1 lap right now. That does put Dylan Banks about, I think, half a second faster than him that last lap. Right now, Banks does fall off coming out of turn number 3 there, as I say that. He's getting ready to break underneath the 3 seconds there, but this has been a great job here by Vincent Arthur, racing in real life out there and on here on the sim. Doing a great job. 3 Chevrolets sitting in the top 5. Jacob Malone's Ford sits 4th. And Corey Harville's Toyota rounds out our top 5 with only a couple laps left to go here in our stage.
Yeah, very good, very good. I mean, these guys are still running, 30, 31 seconds, and the track record here for qualifying is a 29.856. So they're cooking. They're cooking with gas.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about this race back here. For 8th, 9th, and 10th is what we're seeing right now. That does look like the number 12 that Tim Harper was able to squeak out of there. Jake Christenberry gains a position sitting 9th, but just for the moment, as it looks like the 49 lets him know he's there, and the 84 of Cody Height makes contact here with Ryan Bird. Now, Bird was a little slower coming out of that turn, broke loose, and the 84 machine has made some contact with the back. We'll kind of check out Cody Height and see if he has any damage to that machine. Looks like he may have survived out there.
Yeah, and everybody held their way. This caution is our stage caution at lap 54, everybody.
Right, and Arthur goes ahead and gets himself another stage win here on the year. Great job here so far. And we'll take a little look here at see if we got anything here for Mr. Bird. See if he's got any damage to the race car. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of extra ink for that Moxie tattoos.
Yeah, I was going to say Moxie Tattoos for the Orchid Moon Tattoo Studio. Got a little bit of damage out there. Jacob Malone deciding to stay out here.
Okay.
Well, interesting call. And now everybody else is deciding to go on in. except our guys who are some laps down. I believe Brandon Dunford should be our lucky dog around. That leaves us here with Scott Kerber, Kyle Rochelle, Kevin Gunther. I believe he is down and out. Kevin Gunther has taken it back to the garage here for the night.
Yeah.
So that should leave us a couple of guys that were a lap down, though, Stella, right now. Should be able to get a waiver on. I'm hoping Kerberg will be able to get back out there, but with him not pitting here, it's going to be a nail biter. I would expect maybe him going around another lap and then him hurrying on in. For a possible fuel and go is kind of what I'm aiming at.
Okay. Yeah, looking at Jacob Malone, he did have 4 tires and fuel when he came down.
But on lap 30.
Yeah, but maybe he's looking at that offset thing. He was, I think, the first one to come in.
All right. You guys coming down later. Kerberg and Rochelle.
Hendrickson.
Yep. Yeah, Hendrickson was showing 4th there for a little bit, but that's going to leave Kevin Baumler and Jacob Malone in the front row. Baumler at least pit back on lap 42. So his tires aren't that old, but only about 13 laps older than everybody else race time. That's going to be a little tricky seeing Jacob Malone out there out front.
Well,
I'm just worried about fuel. This could put him multiple laps down here in the run.
yeah, the fuel aspect would be interesting because they were coming in between 30 and 35. So if he came in on 30, then theoretically he shouldn't make it past, say, 65. Eek.
All right, our wonderful Choose Cone car is out there. Phew. I think some guys try to see how close they can get.
Oh.
I'm just glad it's a stationary vehicle, not a rolling Choose Cone. That'd be even harder.
Yes, it would. I have an SDK issue. I'm just having a bit of a technical issue.
Excellent.
I'm dealing with it. Kind of.
Excellent. All right. Jacob Malone and Kevin Baumler are getting ready to get going again. We'll see what it looks like back underway. Taking a look at our schedule upcoming here for Simtrax Broadcasting, I believe we're going to be like most of you guys out there, and we are going to have some time off. Looks like the Bandit Racing League is taking this week off for the 4th of July. I believe also Backmarkers is taking the week off as well.
Yes.
So that is going to be our only broadcast here for the week. Yes, confirming. So
yes.
That is going to be our only broadcast here for the week. So, Miss Stella, you will have some vacation time here. It looks like one of my fine kids has unplugged my fan here.
Oh.
Yeah, but we can come up with something. All right, let's go ahead and get back underway here. Right now, back under green. There's Barney in the flag booth, and away we go. Jacob Malone with a great restart here. You may question why that outside line is longer. Remember, cars laps down must start at the back of the longest line. As they get ready to floss on back through, check out turn number 1. Right now, Malone is getting away, though, but right now, Vincent Arthur reeling him in. Baumler already working his way backwards, unfortunately. Remember, he did not come down and pit. He did pit on 42, though, not 55 with the rest of the gang. And Jacob Malone will now be looking at the rear bumper here of Vincent Arthur in just a moment. Arthur's got him just about dead to rights here as he's working on the way around. Let's take a look off Vincent Arthur's machine.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Little
was
shot there by Balmer and Malone.
watching Banks right behind him, though, pucker.
Stellas, we have different things going on out here in the track and different tire strategies. You see guys trying a few different things, as right now, Josh Conover's willing to try anything. Down on the apron he goes. Dive bombs down to the bottom to get underneath Tim Harper. Now he's trying to get around Harville. He's going to be jammed up here by Jacob Malone right in front of him here, as he's not having any luck being able to slice around him here. Now he's caught dead center in the middle.
Is that Adam Kulikowski on the grass?
I believe so. Mr. Kulikowski sitting down about 50 laps. And right now I'm showing him on and off the track. I'm wondering if we had a bad restart. Contact with the wall. Number 2, Cameron Thompson.
Wow. Yeah, and Josh is down on that apron again. After I've seen some of these guys snap back up off of that, this last place I'd want to be.
Well, Malone is trying to get out of the way. I think Conover was looking to follow him for the draft, but that does jam up everybody here in the back. Malone gets caught up, as we are definitely having to pan around a little bit here in the Michelin Chopper view as we take a look over top of what in the world is going on here on this track. Right now, Malone has dropped all the way down to 17th and still marching back. I'm wondering if he's talking to his crew chief saying, I don't know if this is the best call here. Let's check back in on Josh Conover. Sitting 11th as we got guys shuffling it back up through here in the front. Right now, that is Hoppy and Captain Balmer there. Hoppy working his way around, now 4th. Corey Harville will be looking to be next as the 92 machine continues to move forward. He's up 5 here on the night, but he's surrounded by Toyotas. Hoppy, Balmer, and Patty are around him, so it's almost the Toyota gang from 4th to 8th as Tim Harper breaks into it now sitting 7th, are looking to charge their way back to the front, but as Dylan Banks continues his move up here toward the front, right now Banks sitting off about a 2.25 seconds here. He's looking to see if he can do anything to Vincent Arthur, or has Vincent Arthur got the setup for the night?
He may, but I would not put it past him here. I mean, we are not at the halfway point, but he's not letting him get too far out there. We'll see. If he gets back in that 3-second range, you may have the ticket. It does look like Kulikowski is down in the pits. Whatever happened to him on the on that lap really crunched him, because he's been down there now over a minute.
Okay, we'll definitely see what happened to Adam Kulikowski here in just a moment. I'll see if I can find out what happened as he was working his way. Sitting about that 20th spot, looking to fight his way back to the front, but something happened out there on the track that ended up having him slide toward the back.
Yeah, Jacob Malone is now in 24th position, but has not taken it into the pit to get, refreshed.
Absolutely not. What you're going to have to do, he's going to have to wait a little while or get close enough to midway to where these guys do start pitting. Notice the battle up front here. Right now we've got our eyes on Corey Harville in the 5th position. He's out there in the 92. Looks like Ryan Patty's going to slide to the inside, and Harper wants a piece of it too.
And I think he's put your Milwaukee paint back on, has he?
Oh, yeah. Definitely bringing it back. Hopefully the Milwaukee fuel can turn a few more RPMs out there and get some more speed out of that machine. But Corey Harville trying to hold on. As looks like the top 5 is starting to slip away from him here. Ryan Patty squeaking away. Tim Harper getting ready to get a solid bite out of this next turn and see if he can get him. But boy, just as I say that, it looked like Tim Harper almost hit a solid wall there. He's hit the brakes. Cameron Thompson and Conover have gotten around him. They split him and put him right dead center. Whoa, Hoppy!
Yep, right down on the apron.
Yeah, what in the world happened to the 91 of Hoppy? He looked like he got loose. And the Sherwin-Williams machine has marched all the way back to 10th. That is not good.
Jay out there is rooting for you.
I know, he said the heresy.
No unplugged fan.
That's pretty good. That's why I was chuckling a little bit earlier. Kulikowski returns back to pit road. Looks like he's back in the box, unable to get it fixed 100%, so back in he goes.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was really hateful right now. We are taking a look at Hoppy, trying to hold the outside. Caution.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good news for Kevin Baumler because he and Jacob Malone are the only ones that have only come down pit road once so far in 70 laps.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, 110%. I guarantee we'll see Jacob Malone visiting his pit crew here in just a moment. Nick Gillis would be our guy here in the caution
No.
window here. Unfortunately, I do want to take a look back though, and see if anything happened to our driver Adam Kulikowski out there. I saw he was out there racing with Christenberry. Looks like a little contact to the rear bumper here. Kulikowski there in the 45. Let's see if anything happened.
Oh,
Whoop! Ow!
that would do it. Right there. Oof. And this is where I picked him up going through the lawn.
What a hit!
Yeah. Heavens.
Was that Hendrickson that made contact?
I don't know.
See if we can take another look at it here.
Yes.
Looks like he tries to shoot the gap here, and then just rides it up, can't hold on. Oh,
No,
negative
negative.
code.
If it was net code or if he got loose, there was no touching.
Well, look at the no. That's 110% net code.
Net
I'm
code.
wondering if it was trying to figure out if Dakota Hendrickson was coming at a certain amount of speed and it gauged for it. Watch him full speed. Oh yeah, well you see how Hendrickson was floating up, so it compensated, thought he was going to make contact. Holy cow.
That's so wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a heartbreaker here.
Well, talk about heartbreaker. Take a look at who came in and out fastest.
All right, yeah, we'll take a look at it
Banks.
here in just a second. I do want to see if I can find out what happened to Nick Gillis here on lap 69 here.
Roger that.
Yep, whoop, little touch right there, Ferraro. Ferraro tries to straighten him up.
Straighten him up.
All right, just sends him around.
Yep,
It looked like Gillis may have been loose first. Nice paint job. All right, Stella. All right, we were talking about guys coming in and out of pit the fastest. Talk to me here.
Top 10 took nothing but fuel, and Dylan Banks is now in the lead.
Interesting. Right now, Dylan Banks with a 5.93. Out front. Dylan Banks did start on the pole, so he had the opportunity of right out of the box and out of the lane. So that may be exactly what works.
Is that Rochelle waiting for his wave around?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Rochelle right now sitting 27th, which is painful for Mr. Rochelle. But remember how he ended up totaled and nothing even happened. So Rochelle down 5 laps, just should give him a wave around. Now he's probably only down 4 though.
This puts everybody but our lapped 3 people, last lapped, same difference in this case, having come down on lap 71. Impressive. So this is like a total restart of the race.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but now that I think of it, it's not. Because, like I said, the top 10 only took fuel on lap 71. Starting behind that, everybody except Brandon Dunford and Nick Gillis took 4 and fuel, it appears. So it may not be as cut and dry.
Well, definitely not straightforward. As the Chevrolet truck lights are out. They'll be running back on down into pit road here in just a moment. Be pretty excited about that. Double stacking here, though. Waiting to see what's going on with Ryan Paddy and the fade off here. There's a miscommunication here if somebody needs to be up in front of him. Definitely start to crunch it back together there as we get up into the Goodyear blimp. Josh Conover is now outside the top 10 now, unfortunately. Banks and Arthur are going to go at it on this one.
He is the first one to have taken 4 tires and fuel on this stop. So perhaps that offsets his earlier one where he only took fuel.
Yep. Jacob Malone starting 20th. 4 tires of fuel for him. He'll be looking to make a comeback here. He'll be ready. All right, we are going green on Dylan Banks' go, and he decides now is the time. Away he goes. Tom Senchak slides up in front as well. Good thing he changed lanes after the start-finish line before he cuts in front of Vincent Arthur. Arthur now dropping down to third, seeing if he can keep it going. Kralik now squeezing. It looks like Carville up against the wall. The Milwaukee machine having some trouble there as he follows the wake-up narcolepsy number 24, Vincent Arthur, for third. Third, unfortunately, is not where Vincent Arthur wants to be, but Tom Senchak has been rolling with these guys most of the race. As long as he can stay out of trouble, I think this will be a heck of a spot for him to finish in.
Yeah, Harville is trying his best to, one, stay away from Kralik, but at the same time, trying to pass him.
Yep, only one caution here tonight, unplanned. That did go back to lap 69, where Nick Gillis had gotten loose and spun out there on the track. So a couple of guys ended up having to mix it up a little bit. Tires fuel or only fuel out there, and now we are shuffling it up once again. Guys are going to be looking to battle their way back to the front. Now, whether or not the tires are going to make a huge bit of difference here is yet to be determined as we still wait for the tires to tack up a little bit. But Blake Hoppy, he's one of our drivers out there who did not take tires, now up to 6th. Bet you enjoyed the cool down time for his tires as he's looking to work his way on around. And Thomas Walter, remember, unable to qualify here. He is up to now 8th, still toying around with these guys out there. As it looks like the North Star Designs is going to be following the loose Blake Hoppy. He was following him, now he's not. On around he goes, and Josh Conner will be looking to do the same.
Yes, but boy, he has no fear about that paint and apron as some of the other fellas have had bad luck on it. He says, I'd rather try out the apron than try out somebody's fender.
Yeah, right now Conover does take the opportunity when he does it is to go down onto the more flattest part of the track or not as aggressive when he needs to make that turn as he drops off the table once again here. Quick little slice. Notice it is paying off, though. He is able to get about a fender here on Walter, and that does work. He slides underneath him, but Thomas Walter not looking to let go just yet. Still sliding on by. We get a little side shot here of him passing Conover. Conover's going to look to take another shot here to the inside. Good rock and roll move here by Josh Conover, who sits now 7th. Conover, now watch how he makes this move here to the side. Down to the bottom, he gets a fender. Now he's got another fender on Ryan Patty, heading into turn number 1 as we get lap number 80 underway. Patty now going to have to give up that spot. Josh Conover now up to 6th.
Now, remind me again, as far as passing below that yellow line, is this one you can go below or can't go below?
Technically, you cannot.
Right. You cannot pass.
Yes, for the pass. He is not passing.
Okay.
Yeah, he cannot make a positional change underneath that line.
Roger that.
That's why he's getting a fender on him and passes him on the turn. So, yeah, beautiful job here by Josh Conover as we're keeping an eye on him here as he continues to churn forward, right now sitting 6th. Now, remember, you were talking earlier about our drivers who took tires. Conover's one of them, and he's the only one, actually the highest one here in the top 10. Cameron Thompson trying to keep up with him, though, as he sits now 8th, gaining 14 on the night there for Cameron Thompson. So we'll check in on Conover here in just a moment. But check out Thompson, how he's taking a much higher line out there in the Miller Genuine Draft. Number 2 machine, looks like Rusty Wallace might be his favorite fan.
Yeah, I was wondering whether he was doing that to, for tires or whether he was doing that just to stay the heck out of Dodge.
It could be either one. Right now, also joining into the group is going to be Jacob Malone. Looks like the Buc-ee's machine coming in clutch here. Right now, the outside sweeping back to the inside. Man, I got to admit, Stella, you almost want to take tires every single time you come down, because right now, fastest time for Jacob Malone was a 30.63 last lap, which is enough to take the lead. He's 0.2 faster than our leader right now. So Malone's still churning on through here. His Ford is chasing Cameron Thompson's Ford, and it looks like they are both going to circle their names as they're working their way back to the front. Josh Conover still taking a look here. I think this might be his opportunity. Down on the bottom, now Harville now marching to the outside, and the rookies all clumping up here. Kralik, Conover, and Harville here. Two Chevrolets and Harville's Toyota trying to pull through, but man, they're going to have to make a decision. Harville sending it a little deeper into this turn, pinch Kralik in behind Vincent Arthur, and we've got a race on our hands.
Oh, we sure do. And two more, Malone and Patty, are in 8th and 9th for your rookie thing, convention. And Jacob Malone coming back up from 24th with that, missed tire. I'm going to say it was just an accident. They did not get tires that time when he was right up front. But he is back now to 7th place, just passing Kralik.
Yeah, we just missed the three-wide competition out there. But Josh Conover looked like Corey Harville and Kralik there. Kralik caught on the inside, actually dead center in the middle as we're riding along with Corey Harville now. Looking at Jacob Malone coming up there and considering rearranging his bumper here in just a moment. Bucky's machine to the inside, and look how fast this guy is moving. Apparently, somebody told him, hey, man, that extra set of tires you saved, go ahead and just fry them off here. The 69 machine's starting to roll on. He gets 5th, chasing Josh Conover, and still, these guys are continuing to move, and you notice how the top half of the field has fallen back. The driver who led a bunch of laps, Ryan Bird, now sitting 14th. 9 down on the night here, waiting to see how Blake Hoppy does, but Hoppy's on the roll back. Right now, he's down to 16th. So unfortunately, these guys are rejoining the qualifying position they didn't want to have in the first place. But our top 4 rejoin exactly where they started. Dylan Banks, Tom Senchak, Vincent Arthur, and Josh Conover. But Jacob Malone looking to break that all up here as he's up 11 here on the night, sitting 5th.
Yeah, and Cameron Thompson just taking 6th place, has up 16 for the night. That's our current hard charger.
Yeah, not bad here by Cameron Thompson. Remember, Thompson is normally one of our drivers who's been in a lot of trouble out there, just seeming to come in contact with one too many guys. I believe he's also been on probation a couple of times here in this league. And right now, he's sitting 6th, apparently cleaning up his act. Spend a little more time out there on the track in practice, and he's doing just fine. Malone now has 5th. Cameron Thompson sits 6th. Corey Harville 7th. And Aaron Kralik is 8th. Rounding out our top 10 is going to be Ryan Patty and Tim Harper. Harper in the number 12 out there. He's still battling it out there. We're trying to work on Patty's inside line. As right now, Ryan Patty, he is a driver who did not take tires. Harper did. Harper's starting to come into the picture late as he breaks in, trying to get up to 9th now. He's trying. That Toyota's still holding on the outside. He'll have him by a bumper at the line.
Yeah, and taking a look back up front, Banks is not taking away or running away with this. I mean, Senchak is less than a quarter of a second behind him, and we don't even get to a full second until 7 places. These guys are staying right on his bumper.
Yeah, still pushing on through. Right now, a pass did occur there with Josh Conover passing Vincent Arthur, and Jacob Malone sticking his nose in there. He's going to be able to get another position as he pushes Vincent Arthur here to the top line, not letting them squeeze on in as they get through the front stretch here, down into turn number 1. Right now, Malone will have a good turn, but Vincent Arthur, what an excellent angle here. He's going to have a lot of turn exit speed. Let's get a little closer. Look at that. Right now, Vincent Arthur holding that outside line, still pushing on through, only has him by a fender. Now Jacob Malone's taking a dive to the inside, still trying to push on through, exit of turn number 4. Moving on through, trying to squeeze out. No, Vincent Arthur's going to have it here, sitting 4th. So now the top 4 Chevrolet is going to hold on to it here. And Malone gets contact with another fellow Ford of Cameron Thompson.
Ooh, yeah, I saw him coming around. Wasn't quite sure whether he was going to get sucked up in the door draft or whether he was going to get a little loose and push him high. But yeah, there was no doubt he was going to make contact there.
Yeah, speaking of making contact here, we roll back to Tim Harper and Corey Harville. These two, there they go, dooring each other. 1-2.
Yep.
Yep. Well, something happened. I noticed coming down the backstretch, the number 12 of Tim Harper did come off the side of the wall, but I don't think it was the wall. I think it was the side of a car. Almost came down to the infield, scrolls his way back up to the top of the track, and then nails into the side of the 92 as he does finally make the pass. So Harville getting a little bit of that blue and black paint there on the side of his car, and he's going to wonder why. So we'll see if this starts to become kind of a little bit of drama out here on the track, or is this going to be finally done and over? Harville working his, unfortunately, looks like he's pressed the button down on the reel. Now he's going ahead and letting the string out. Down he goes. And Christenberry, Ryan Patty works on by. Now Blade Timmons working on by. Something's happened here to Corey Harville, and I think not taking tires back on lap 71, he's starting to pay for it.
Oh, no. Yeah, everybody seems to be, tag, you're it kind of thing with Corey Harville. Not quite sure why.
Yeah, we're rotating back up here to our top 5 drivers. Josh Conover has passed Tom Senchak. Next is going to be Dylan Banks. Right now, has Conover fried those tires off, trying to run Dylan Banks down here. Right now, the last lap times are almost identical here. Right now, sitting with a 31:03. Right now, I'm showing that Dylan Banks had a 31:04, so it may have just been just a hair slower out there for Dylan Banks. So right now, it looks like continuing on through as they pass the start-finish line. There you go, Conover starting to pick up the pace here. He wants it.
Yeah, I do not doubt that, but just him fighting with Senchak to pass, he's lost a little bit of time, so he does have to gain it back. And if you are saying did he fry his tires off, I can't imagine it would be any worse than not taking them at all, which is the case of Dylan Banks.
Yeah, well, he was slaughtering him on the way through the field. Josh Conover was. Remember how we saw him slicing through one car at a time each lap. Unfortunately, if he had had half that, I think he'd have more to throw at him here. Or Conover may just kind of hold off until lap 111, 4 tires, and come back out there and get him. But I would probably say not. I think Conover, he's trying to take another shot at it here. Look at the turn entry. Banks starting to hold on just a little bit. Still, these guys seem about even on turn exit, though. Conover trying to hold on to the draft, though, to help see if it'll help pull him through. But watch how Conover dives just a little bit harder into these turns. I think he's, oh, yeah, there it is. Nice, good center section of the turn. Conover trying to roll through, gets a little loose. And right now, this is the battle for the lead. Right now, Dylan Banks starting to, I'm wondering if he's doing any mirror watching.
I couldn't imagine that he wouldn't be. The question is, will he take the chance of blocking?
Yeah, it could be a possibility. I wonder if Dylan Banks would be okay with just going ahead and letting Josh Conover by, but it looks like Conover is stalling out, though. Last lap time, almost identical again. So right now, has Dylan Banks been sandbagging it here, and he's going to turn up the heat? I'm wondering, it's like a round of pinks here. You realize the guy doesn't even have the nitrous bottle in the car. So, I'm wondering if we're noticing Banks still sandbagging it here, and come third stage, we may see Banks open this thing up.
That would be interesting. We have 11 laps coming up on our current stage break at 111. So we'll see who is interested in getting a few extra points.
Yep. Right now, Tim Harper, he's interested as he's trying to work his way back up to the front. Getting past Vincent Arthur, though, seems to definitely be a task for him. Unable to get by. Vincent Arthur did not take tires, another driver, but Tim Harper did. Right now, he's still fighting, holding on to 6th. There it is. Loose loses control here and is trying to hang on to the car. He's going to lose 3 positions, though, one to Vincent Arthur, Jake Christenberry, and Aaron Crawley. So now he's going to go back where he had some trouble with the other drivers. Ryan Patty and Ryan Bird, who sit right behind him now in their respective Toyota and Chevrolets. And they are still fighting it on out through the entire field. Now, Stella, there is battles all over the track out here. We're even seeing Blade Timmons out there trying to push Bird around. Yep, Bird drops back. And now Bird sits down in 12th. Oh, maybe have to set up, see if he can shoot himself a 3 here and work his way back to the front and see if he can get anything going on. Christenberry now to the inside of Vincent Arthur. And Stella, you got a heck of a shot here. Check out Vincent Arthur as he gets to the outside. Christenberry, he's going to have to settle for 7th here as we are getting closer and closer to stage break.
Yeah, we are, but I don't give the thought that anybody at this point is giving up. This is a wonderful, hard-fought race.
Yeah, that
And
it is. A little contact with the wall here in the back of the field. Looked like Ryan Bird gave it a little nudge here. Outside line for Harper as Kralik now takes the bottom. Trying to rub the bottom of the paint here. Ryan Patty looking for some fresh air between the two. And it does look like those two are going to continue on to do battle down the backstretch. Making it into turn number 3 here. Seeing if they can slide through. Looks like Patty's going to side here with Aaron Kralik. And it's best not to do that. Kralik goes ahead and tucks in behind Tim Harper. Harper's got 8.
Wow.
Yeah, what do you say we go back and check on Jake Christenberry? I think he's taking another shot here at Vincent Arthur. Arthur to the top side. So the Wake Up Narcolepsy Machine is watching the FedEx guy get sideways. It ain't snowing out there yet, so right now Christenberry losing a little bit of traction here. Yeah, great job. Okay, now, did you see the veteran move here by Christenberry pumping the brakes there? Vincent Arthur started taking his nose off, and better than turning him, he goes ahead and touches the brakes, but I guarantee he radios up and says, hey, buddy, I let you have this one.
Yeah, but in the meantime, 2 more took it too.
Yeah, unfortunately, and they may have to help him out later on here in the race. As Christenberry's just trying to hold on. Blade Timmons, you see the 23 sneaking into the screen here. And Aaron Kralik holding the bottom. Right now, that does allow Tim Harper to gain yet another position. Harper now going back after Vincent Arthur again. Looks like the 12 has come back.
I like it. I mean, they're giving everybody a run for their money.
Yeah, as we take a little look here, as we see Tim Harper sliding into 6th, and right now Arthur trying to hold on to it. As we see these two do battle, would give you an update here for our guys in the front. Banks is out in front of Conover by over a quarter of a second. So it looks like Conover might not have enough here for Banks, and he's going to have to settle for 2nd, as he is definitely out in front by about 1.5 seconds over Tom Senchak. So not bad by Josh Conover, coming all the way from outside the top 10 to sit, to sit for a 2nd position finish here in the stage. But Tim Harper, man, oh man, does this guy want 6th bad or what?
I think he wants 1st bad.
Yeah, now right now his biggest adversary out here is going to be Vincent Arthur, who's not letting him by. Arthur's giving a good blocks where he needs to be. Right now you see him rotate up later in the run, and that makes the 12 check up again. Coming up on a little bit of lap traffic here, the number 45 here to Alan Kulikowski. Good job by Kulikowski running his route, but he's not getting in the way. You got to run your route. It's a great job here by the 45. There goes Kralik underneath in the 45. Still continuing to do his thing, making it happen out there. Let's check in on Senchak. Nobody around Senchak for 1.7 seconds in front. 2 seconds behind is going to be Jacob Malone. Still going on. Let's check in on Vincent Arthur and Tim Harper yet again. Right now, Christenberry's under fire here by the 49, who sends it into the turn. Right now, he's waving his finger at him. And right now, Ryan Bird might be getting one of them. As he sent it into turn 1, rotates up and smacks the side of Jake Christenberry's FedEx machine.
My goodness, a lot of these guys are not going to come out of this race unscathed.
No, I am rather impressed that the guys were able to hold on to the car after getting hammered around out there.
Yes.
So Christenberry was farther in the top 10, now loses a couple positions to Timmons and Ryan Patty here. He's going to have to see if he can fight back, but I guarantee you, Ryan Bird's looking for something that isn't there, and he just doesn't have enough underneath the hood of this car. Right now, he did take Ryan Bird with a 36-second pit stall time last time he came down. That's looking pretty rough here. Conover looking about a second off of Banks here. And I don't know if Conover had a bad turn or if he's just laying off the gas now. No sense in continuing to do battle. Yep. Stage break is out. Looks like Vincent Arthur, I believe, actually lost the battle here to Tim Harper.
Yes, he did.
Yep, might have lost it here at the line. Let's take another look here. I want to see if Tim Harper sends it coming out of turn 4. Whoa! Arthur and Harper got him by a bumper.
Wow.
Excellent job. So Harper finally getting that spot he's been looking for, 6th. So we start with Dylan Banks, Josh Conover, Tom Senchak, Jacob Malone, Cameron Thompson for our top 5. Moving on, Tim Harper, Vincent Arthur, Blade Timmons, Ryan Patty, and Jake Christenberry are our top then our top 10. So not bad here.
All right. So everybody's going to come in, right? That's got to be the call.
Boy, I would definitely hope so. Like I said,
This
some of
is-
these guys are doing some pretty suicidal moves out there. I don't know how that's going to work out. All right. Pit lane heating up. Let's see how many drivers decide to stay out there.
I see 2 so far, but maybe those are our guys trying to get a lap back.
Yeah, I think Guylis might be one of them out there.
Okay.
I think Guylis is getting the wave around. And I think Kyle Rochelle. Yep, number 27. All right, take a look at pit road here.
Now we have a full restart look.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Nobody-
trying to see if anybody's short pit here. Showing Guylis out there, but he hasn't been in since lap 71.
Right, he hasn't come in yet.
Now, seeing he's gotten the wave around, I'm hoping this is his opportunity to get back up there.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yeah, get that.
All right, so we got plenty of viewers out here, at least 20 of them, 104 views so far here. And Jay is the one actually blowing up our chat, definitely keeping it lively out there. Guys, all of you out there who are not racing and are out here in the chat, go ahead and blow it up. Tell us what you think about it out here, and don't forget to subscribe. Stella, how many we at?
$6.99.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
Nope,
I even
I'm looking
put
at current
out there.
subscribers, 700.
Did you?
There it is.
Oh, well, mine's not updating.
Yep, I got it right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit our next mile marker of 700 subscribers here. And what better place to do it than with NORA here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Pretty much green flag racing here. All race.
Congratulations.
Yep. Well, we'll definitely try to bring it to everybody. And I got to say, normally we might have to change our motto up a little bit. We do say bringing you the best iRacing in the palm of your hand. I think some people are actually more out there watching it on a HD screen laptop or TV, monitor or a TV. I know if I go back and review anything we've done or a race we've taken a look at before, I definitely turn it at the highest definition at that 1080p, and especially definitely in high def as well. I'm saying I'm pushing out enough megapixels, ladies and gentlemen. We can run 4K, so it should be looking pretty solid out there. I've got to say it's looking fantastic, especially with Jacob Malone now taking the choose cone. 4th place start for him. Dylan Banks, Tom Senchak, and Josh Conner, not surprised here. Great starts for them. They'll be starting up front. So we are got 3 Chevrolets, 1, 2, and 3. Banks, Senchak, and Conover. And then we find 3 4s with Malone, Harper, and Thompson. Not bad here as we rotate on back. We'll get back to our final few drivers here. Blade Timmons, Vincent Arthur, and I think Jake Christenberry should do it for our 7, 8, and 9. Christenberry breaking up the Chevrolets here in the back of the top 10 as Aaron Krolick sits here on the inside. So, Stella, we got guys shuffling all over the track here. We got a heck of a lot of racing. We'll be back under green here for lap 116, and we should be right now, the way I've seen this racing, to lap 180 under green. So, pit strategy is going to be critical. Most drivers have come down in the pit 4 times here tonight. And how many sets of tires do we have? A handful.
5.
We've got 5. So right now, Dylan Banks and Tom Senchak, they may have another pit stop. Some of these guys may have saved a set of tires. Cough, cough, Mr. Conover. All right, let's go ahead and get this one back underway as Barney's got the green flag out. We are back under caution. I guarantee you we're going to see that sling back out as unfortunately, I believe that is Vincent Arthur.
Oh, are you kidding? No.
Who's our driver around. Blade Timmons is one of them as well. Right now, I guarantee you if he doesn't head back to the garage, I'd be surprised. Blade Timmons is going to be pretty fumed up about that one.
Was it the 2 of them back at it again?
I'm not sure here. Let me take a peek. I think he's got, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, Blade Timmons taking it back. All right, let's take another look here. Blade Timmons, what happens? Does he sidestep it? Does Kristen Berry rear end him? What happens?
Getting a little pushing from behind.
Oh, Vincent Arthur sidesteps it.
Vincent did. Yes, he did.
Holy cow.
My heavens.
Out of all drivers I would have expected, I'm sorry, Vincent Arthur was not my first choice.
No.
Gets right here and then sidesteps it.
God.
All right, a couple of drivers are going to revisit pit road. Looks like Aaron Krolick, Scott Kerberg, Kyle Gilbert, Ryan Petty, Vincent Arthur will be coming down. As he made contact, I guarantee you they're looking to pull that fender out. Blade Timmons did take it back to the garage. And Nick Gillis coming down.
I think you might have had a bad case of whiplash over the action tonight.
Yeah, with Timmons going backwards and it ripping that front bumper off. He was looking at an extended amount of time getting that vehicle fixed. So only 2 drivers here tonight have retired. Kevin Gunther only made it less than 9 laps. And the 55 Toyota, remember he got loose and slammed into the wall. Broke that toe link off, spent over 12 minutes trying to fix that. And then they just kind of threw the towel in. And Blade Timmons here made it 115.
That hurts. You know me, I hate to see anybody quit, but you know, if your patience is used up faster than your tires, it might be time.
Yep. Kyle Rochelle, Ryan Patty, and it looks like Adam Kulikowski. Kulikowski's still working on getting up back to the lead lap here. I think he's still got another 10 or 11 to go before he can get back onto the lead lap.
Started off pretty far behind with no caution on his contact.
Yeah. Well, the net code definitely didn't help him out on that one.
Negative.
All right. Kulikowski will be restarting in that 28th spot. Get ahead and get back to it here. Still waiting to see if we've got the Choose Cone car out there. Yes, we do.
So far, so good.
Yep. I would say, what do you think about us grabbing hold of Vincent Arthur here?
Okay.
Think we might get in trouble?
Well, you might still have a lap. You have to be quick.
Yep. Well, we're definitely going to try, and hopefully he doesn't get too mad at us. Vincent Arthur, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. You know what we're here to talk about. Talk to me about that restart.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I was starting in first gear, just like every other one, and rolled into it and shifted down into second, and she just started spinning. So yeah, it just kind of slipped into second gear, and when it did, the tires went spinning. So it's unfortunate. I apologize to everybody else who was in that wreck, especially Blade. Didn't want to take out a teammate like that, but we'll regroup. We got a long way to go in this race. I still got some damage to fix, but hopefully that doesn't hinder us too bad. And who knows? We might be talking to you in at least top 5, hopefully, by the end of this race.
All right, man. We've had a lot of guys pressuring and battling you out here, and we'll let you get to it. Watch out for, I believe it's Mr. Tim Harper out there. He wanted that position more than you did right there at the stage. So we'll let you charge back forward, and hopefully we'll see Blade Timmons in the next few races.
Oh, yeah. I had to give Timmy a hard time, but yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and get him back to Flatline where he belongs there at Flatline Motorsports. We're going to go ahead and get back underway here. Let's see how Tom Senchak and Dylan Banks do back under green here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Guys, notice if you see the Nashville Super Speedway here, you can go ahead and sponsor these races or sponsor this league. They're still looking for one. Go ahead and get a hold of the guy here in that number 2 spot, Josh Conover. He'll be looking to go ahead and take any sort of applications if you guys are looking to sponsor out here. And definitely go ahead and get it up here on the broadcast where you obviously see we got 100 eyeballs out here taking a look. That's 100 people, 200 eyeballs. And we got, and we'll be able to give you a shout out here at least 4 or 5 times out here during the race. Right now, Dylan Banks, Josh Conover, Tom Senchak, and Jacob Malone sitting here 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right now, holding to the outside is going to be Tom Senchak. And I think Jacob Malone's going to have to make a huge checkup here as he's unable to roll to the outside that he needed desperately. And now Cameron Thompson's going to get ready to pounce.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he definitely pulled up on that one. Now, you say he did that because he couldn't go high because Senchak was in the way?
Right. He was trying to roll up and out of the turn, but unable to do so as seeing Senchak was there. So he checks up a little bit, and then that way he can get toward the top where he needed to be rather than continuing to hold that car down and start melting that right front tire prematurely.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed on the start Banks took off, but in my eyes it looked like he put a nice little block there on Senchak. But he's managed to maintain his lead.
Yep, right now.
Conover in second.
That's Harville moving up to 11th now. Right now, Kevin Baumler is going to be next. Looks like Thomas Walter, I would say, no qualifying for him. Does not seem to be mattering right now. He's up to 12th. So far, that North Star machine is still on a roll. This is doing a great job here as this rookie here in the Chevrolet sitting 12th, 16 up on the night, still moving on through. Right now, even Jay out there, if he has had a chance. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about Jay here in a second, as Matthew George had a horrible turn here, able to hang on to it, but man, he just kind of shows his hand here at the poker table, and around everybody goes. Matthew George back down to 24th here on the night. Chevrolets from 19th to 27th, and unfortunately that 27th driver is back down in the garage and still fighting on through. Stella, we are still having a bunch of guys out here pushing for a couple of positions I just don't think are to be had.
Well, not in their eyes. Everything is open for grabs.
Yeah, we're taking a look here back at the battle here for that 21st spot. Guileless aiming to the inside as Cody Eldred to the outside, still firing on through. Seeing if they can make anything happen. Banks is still out in front, but Malone has taken over for that second spot. Conover sits third, and Senchak is fourth, but we are watching Eldred. A couple rough turns here, and I think he's going to have some trouble snugging back in, as it looks like a down race car of Kyle Rochelle's now going to press him on, and the number 3 get loose again.
Yeah, well, watching Vincent Arthur and Matthew George, he says, I know that guy's going forward. I'm going to stick to his tail.
Yeah. They're still passing around just a little bit out there. Vincent Arthur down to the inside here, the number 3. And we're still seeing if the number 3 is going to hold on. Looks like Matthew George, is able to hold off. Guileless puts it into the wall, though. All right, still making it on through. Right now we're taking a low look here. Matthew George getting around Guileless as well. We'll get back and rotate up here toward the front. Jacob Malone still chasing Dylan Banks here as we fire on through. All right, this will be a heck of a time, seeing we are sitting here about lap 128. We're going to return probably about lap 135. A little bit of a crank it up session here, guys. We're going to go ahead and see if we can keep the race moving along here, and we'll definitely crank it up just a hair. Guys, turn it up a little bit, and we'll be right back.
So you've been watching Jacob Malone here coming up on Dylan Banks with vengeance. I am impressed. He has actually set down the lap time, but Jacob Conover is not letting up. He's not willing to let up on that second place.
Yeah, like what I'm seeing here. This is racing, people. I mean, when you get two guys side by side, they just can't help themselves. And look at Conover. He is pushing him up the track. And if this is the same situation as we saw earlier, when it goes up the track, you can get to pass him.
Yeah, Conover doing a great job here on the inside. Notice how Malone is trying to hold it down toward the bottom. This may be a bite for the wall. Ooh, good snap back. Right now, Malone staying in the fight here, though. Right now, these two rookies going side by side. The Chevrolet here of Josh Conover, the Ford of Jacob Malone. Looks like the Ford's going to drop down a position, but can he cut off Senchak before Senchak tries to take a look here toward the inside? Senchak trying to hold it here. Senchak, taking a right front fender, sticks it in there, and he's got him. Right now, it looks like Malone's going to be sitting here fighting from the back as he's knocked out of a podium position, but Malone still rolling through. Great turn, heck of a lot better than the one he had there with Josh Conover, and Malone sitting here and fighting him off. So not bad here by Jacob Malone. Let's see if we can get a peek here, looking back down at Tom Senchak. As right now, Malone is riding that high side, trying to hold on for dear life here as we are starting to really whittle through this stage. Remember, we got back under green here after a little bit of a fumble there with Vincent Arthur. Contact. Whoa, no. Right now, Tom Senchak giving a nudge here to Jacob Malone. Notice how we are riding right in the car with Jacob Malone. You saw him jerk the steering wheel there. He's noticing there's some not a whole lot of give and take here. This is definitely the final stage. You can feel it now. Guys are starting to not take anything from it here. Malone to the outside as these two continue to do battle. Conover's driving away.
Yeah, what a gap now that we're looking at. Malone had Banks within 0.13, and we've got some switching going on. We've got some people jumping into the pit. Sorry, but Conover, the closest he's getting here is over a second.
Still going at it. Cameron Thompson are the drivers, and Tim Harper are on the way down pit road now. Still side by side, these two go. Almost like a couple of siblings here, still fighting for that same piece of candy, not looking to let go. Jacob Malone does, though. He lets go, and now Tom Senchak has third. Not bad, though. Finally, a decent 5-lap battle between those two. Still fighting on out there on the track. Right now, we are still making things happen. Let's check back in on Ryan Patty. Patty looks like he's rolling in Hoppy. Right now, this is all Toyotas, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Hoppy, Patty, Baumler. Waiting to find Baumler out there. There he is, running his own race. Has about 3/4 of a second to find Ryan Patty, and about a second and 3/4 back to find Cody Height. Now, Cody Height out there running the CarQuest machine. Stella, I got to admit, there are a bunch of paint schemes I like out here. And the one I like the most out of Cody Height has got to be that Sunny D machine. So, CarQuest for me tonight. And it looks like I'll have to settle for that as he is still holding on to 9th. For the moment, as Kyle Gilbert tries to stick the Brady Moats machine to the outside here. And he's going to have him there. Clears that 84 machine. Kyle Gilbert's got 9th. Cody Height is 10th. But Height, look how he sends it in there. Looks like he missed that middle brake pedal. And now the 19 having to shuffle it up here. Who's heading down pit? Ryan Bird, Ryan Patty, Jacob Malone, and Tom Senchak.
Yeah, I tell you, Kyle Gilbert's doing a nice job subbing in tonight, keeping that Dark Star team in there, because they're currently in 4th in the owner standings, which is good.
Yeah, 100%. Right now, that's exactly what you want to see is Kyle Gilbert still pushing on in front of that 84. Right now, if you guys are, whoa, little nudge here by Cody Height. Boy, we just get on board just in time. Take a look back. That does, unfortunately, put him in the wall here. He did put himself in the wall. That was not Height shoving him into the wall. But I think a little nudge kind of got him a little out of shape, and bang into the wall he goes.
Our leaders just came down pit road.
Yeah, that they did. Banks, Conover, George, and Brandon Dunford, just to name a few, working their way on down. Boy, right now, Height is sending it on in there, though. Oh, you can't tell me that's not payback. Oh, man, I love it. I love it, especially when you got two guys hammering each other. Yeah, let me tell you right now, these two, something's up.
Yeah,
up.
something's going to go down.
Yeah, we're going to check in on any kind of radio chatter out there and see if something's going on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've got to know, because right now these two are going at it. Right now, the 84 and the 19 out there. Right now, they are holding on to that 3rd and 4th place spots. Still waiting for them to pit, but I assure you, seeing how this is going so far, Stella, I expect them to continue duking it out here as they now move up to 2nd and 3rd.
2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, right now that is height. Harville having a little chat over the radio there, still working on it.
What?
Yeah, well, most of our guys have come down pit. Kevin Baumler was the last one. Right now sitting 9th. He'll be working his way. Back out onto the track. I would expect to see Banks kind of sling past him here in just a moment. There he goes.
Yes.
Right on past him now. And who called top 5? So Vincent Arthur was sitting there in the 4th, 5th position. Now he's heading down pit. So now would be a really good time, but narrowing down, starting to put some time out there on the track. Tom Senchak has nailed his fastest time through these past couple of turns. Right now through 3 and 4, that puts him at a 15-17, but Jacob Malone, sitting now in 13th, has nailed a 15-13 through 1 and 2. So as the track is heated up, we've got guys on fresh tires, and now we are actually running our fastest laps here of the night. There it is. Jacob Malone with a 30.34. No one else has run that fast here tonight, and that is extremely fast. Right now, he is at least looking at about 90 thousandths of a second faster than the driver directly behind him, and that's Josh Conover.
Ooh. Yeah, he's been consistently been the fastest one on the track, setting lap records, but not quite with the consistency as some of the guys up front, and that's why he can get to them, but he just can't seem to get past them.
Yep. Right now, Aaron Krolick is our leader, Cody Eldred, and the number 15, I believe that's a Chase Elliott scheme, sitting now 2nd. Number Eldred, unfortunately not able to qualify, up 28 now. He's 2nd. Dylan Banks is 3rd. Right now, I'm wondering if this is the call. You see a little smoke here on the front stretch. Trouble going on there. Ryan Patty sits 4th. Tom Senchak is 5th.
Yeah, Corey Harville is going to be doing a drive-through. Oh, he's sped coming into pit road, so he's going to be hurting there pretty bad.
Yikes. All right, we'll see if that comes back to bite him here. I hate to see it. Right now, Harville not getting his way here tonight. We'll see how many laps Harville is down. This should put him down his first lap, though. 2nd lap. Ugh. Right now, I'm assuming once we see a couple of our guys pit, Krolick and Eldred, I'm wondering if some of these guys will get their lap back, and this may put them in a lucky dog position. Wow. Stella, as I talked earlier about Jacob Malone nailing down the fastest time, Ryan Patty, though, goes out there and shuts us up out there in the camouflage Geico machine and turns an even faster lap of a 30.30.
Sure he did. My heavens. I mean, blasted him.
Man. Now we still see if we can fight on through. Krolick's still holding out there. I'm wondering if he's waiting on a caution to happen. Caution happens. Some of this track and some of this race you can kind of throw in the trash.
Well, it's heating up a tad, I would venture to say, so might not be a bad bet.
Yep, we're sitting here with Kevin Baumler. Looks like he's fighting around the number 1 Brandon Dunford. Right now, Vincent Arthur, Thomas Walter, Dakota Moniz are the Chevrolets in front of Kevin Baumler now. And Brandon Dunford and Matthew George are the Chevrolets behind his Toyota. He is looking to put Dakota Moniz down one. He does. Great job. Moniz came in and pit on lap 145 for 4 tires, but man, he drove around him like he's on tires from lap 7.
So let's see. We've got the top 2, Krolick and Eldred, have not pit since 117 and 112 respectively. And everybody after that has been in, at least by anywhere from 140 to 146. Guys way in the back, 150.
Yeah, drivers
So-
passing the hard way here. That's Aaron Krolick in the lead. And now you see a bunch of guys getting their laps back here. Almost the entire clump of them do pass. Kyle Gilbert all the way down to 19th. He is past our leader. Cody Height will be next. Right now, that is the 84 Chevrolet there, getting ready to roll up on Krolick here in just a moment. Right now, it's still slicing through and making it happen. Ah, there we go. Krolick
There
down
we
pit road. That
Oh,
still leaves
yeah.
Eldred out.
It does, and he's the one at 112, not the one at 117. So he's enjoying that up 29 places from where he started tonight.
Yeah. Right now, we're taking an idea and kind of working up some numbers here of how Cody Eldred is still out there on lap 112. Something tells me, yeah, that's going to do it. Eldred working his way down. I think he was looking to get a lead lap here. That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. He made in by the cone. So that is going to put Dylan Banks back into the lead here. And then we'll see how our tower shuffles everybody up and how far everybody is behind.
Oh my goodness.
And I am hoping that is not Ryan Patty down by 4 1/4 seconds here off the back of Banks' rear bumper.
It is. Oh, how mad are you?
Boy, I'm not mad, just, man, got him again.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
We'll see. If a late caution does come out, some of our guys have pit 5 times. I'm wondering if they would consider a 6th. Drivers like Josh Conover out there, or drivers like Vincent Arthur, I'm sure, that may have an extra set of tires, be able to slice through the rest of this field. Vincent Arthur said we'd be looking for a top 5. He's sitting 10th.
With that 20 to go, I'd say absolutely. You get much closer, I'd say it's not worth the gamble. How's that?
Yeah. Right now, there's Vincent Arthur grabbing his ninth position there. Trying to return back here to the top 5, still rolling through. Cameron Thompson, there he is. Rusty Wallace, Scheme sitting 8th. Moving on up front to Ryan Bird. Bird still having a heck of a night here.
He is.
He rotated through some of this field, though, I've got to admit.
Couple times.
Yeah, remember, he also got some damage to the rear of that car.
Hmm?
Yeah, it looks like he got most of that pretty much fixed up out there. Maybe during the caution, he decided to square that away. It may have been a little more than cosmetic paint issue. Tim Harper is up to 6th. Remember him? Excuse me. Remember him battling out there with Vincent Arthur. So I'm wondering if that'll come back down. Something happening with that. Jacob Malone, as we break into our top 5. Right now he is pretty close there, about a 1/4 second off of Josh Conover here. Conover doing a great job. As Conover returns back to his qualifying position of 4th. Tom Senchak is down a position from his original qualifying. He sits 3rd. Ryan Patty up 16. That is our hard charger here of the night. Definitely flipping the script here for the 56 machine.
And I am intrigued. It shows he's been down pit road 8 times.
Yes, he has.
Wow.
Yes, he has. Ryan Patty also short pit last time. 9.78 in the box. So I'm wondering if a
Alright.
set of 2 tires here, and Tom Senchak is going to try to work on reeling them in.
Well, that would be almost matching time with Dylan Banks and Jake Christenberry. Everybody else took at least 2, if not more.
Yeah, 4 tires of fuel. But Vincent Arthur was another one with a 10.45 pit stop time. So set
But
of right
wouldn't-
sides for Vincent Arthur,
Yeah.
take the fuel, and back out he goes.
Nice.
.15 laps to go here at this 1.33 mile track. all concrete here, but we've only had a couple of cautions out here tonight. The one with Vincent Arthur and Blade Timmons getting turned around. Unfortunately, on lap 116, if we want to call it crossing the line there. And then another caution back on lap 69 with Nick Geilis getting loose.
Yep.
We have seen a few different issues out there on the track. Some guys slinging through the infield, guys hammering off the wall and not being able to return back to the fight. Kyle Rochelle in the number 27 to be one of them. And another driver of Adam Kulikowski, definitely a receiver of some nasty net code out there, has unfortunately doomed him for this race, now down to 27th.
Yes, but he's still rolling.
That he is. He's still out there battling. I just would love to see a caution come out for a guy who goes up into the wall, loses the bumper and the fender, and it's still not caution worthy.
Agreed.
Kevin Gunther was another one. He didn't make it to lap 9 and got obliterated. It slammed into the wall. That should have been a defunct car on the racetrack, and there was no caution. So.
And we had that serious case of net code. So. Popping up and, oh, well, we thought he was going to go that way. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah. Well, right now, Dylan Banks being definitely a breath of fresh air here to this league, but also starting to kind of be a thorn in the side as a guy who keeps showing up to this league, and he's starting to win. Yeah, go ahead, no matter what. Got it. All right, well, moving on, but Stella, talk to me about Dylan Banks here. I mean, this guy has got a bunch of races under his belt that he has won here, and it definitely doesn't seem to be slowing him down. I don't think anything. Even if he has to serve a pit road penalty, this guy is able to boomerang back and still continue the fight and chase these guys down and just run his race, which is really mind-blowing.
Yeah, well, you tell me talk about him. That's about all you got to say is what you just said. It's been, it's been a heck of a season for him. But the thing is he did not come in right away. Into this season. So from what I can tell, he is not in the pace.
Really?
So, yeah.
I wasn't sure if he competed from here on out, if he should be able to wedge in.
I am looking at the playoff cutoff line and all the way down to 38th. And unless I need the glasses...
Really? And this is Dylan Banks.
Yeah.
With how many wins?
Yeah, I don't know. So.
Well, he may need to meet the minimum amount of required races to run.
Right.
If he does meet the minimum, it may sling him to the number 1 spot.
Oh. Okay. Oh, hey. Send check. Go for it.
Yeah, we are keeping an eye here. As Tom Senchak's in second. Ryan Patty looks like he's going to drop down to third as Josh Conover lines up to attack. I think Malone fell off the chart here. Malone dropped way back, about 3 seconds off Josh Conover. Conover taking another look here inside of Ryan Patty now. Patty might give up this spot. We all know how much Ryan Patty wants to talk to us here in the booth. I think he might have to wait another day if Josh Conover goes in and squeaks on by.
He may. Because we are 6 to go.
All right, still rolling through. Tom Senchak returns back to his second position. Josh Conover up 1 from his original qualifying position, our race winner here of the last race. That rookie is still trying to shoot on through. Not bad job here. Looks like he is trying to fight him, Ryan Eldred. Eldred, I believe, is Yeah, I think he's lapped down, sitting 22nd. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Right now, only our top 20 drivers are still on the lead lap. As we continue to fight, let's check back in on Dakota Moniz. We've got a couple of guys shuffling here in the back. That's him trying to fight around Christopher. This is the fight for 16th, and Dunford up here trying to put a little move here on Matthew George. George dropping down to 15th. Dunford not getting enough out of that Publix machine. Still, he's got him. Can he hold the roll through? Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, George getting a little closer to him. Takes a little bit of that rear downforce off. And now George will be able to re-attack and aim for him again. Conover staying out in front of Ryan Patty, though, out by 0.3 of a second. And now it looks like Ryan Patty's going to try to see if he can do something about it here. No can do. Looks like Senchak is actually falling back. Conover's reeling him in. We'll check in on him in just a moment. I do want to kind of rotate through some of our fellers here in the back and see how they're doing. Remember how Kralik was doing. Stayed out there for an extended amount of time. Hit back on that 158. The only 80 seen is the 18th position back here in the back. As we've got guys separated all over the track.
Oh my. Looks like a Christmas tree. Every ornament out there's all over the place.
Well, with only 2 laps left to go, we'll find a couple of guys who still got a little fight left in them. Shove their way to the end here. Still taking a couple looks here. Right now, that is Tim Harper as Blake Hoppy fires around him. Final lap. Dylan Banks has all but won this. Out by 6 seconds out front.
My.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. There's Tom Senchak. Here he is. Let's see if we can find a little bit of a help. All right. Nashville Super Speedway winner is going to be Dylan Banks as he crosses the line, and he wins another race here. Waiting for Tom Senchak. There he is. And Josh Conover third. Ryan Patty holds on to 4th. Jacob Malone is our 5th place finish.
Round out the top 10, we're looking at Vincent Arthur, Ryan Bird, Blake Hoppy, Tim Harper, and our sub-driver, Kyle Gilbert.
Stella, I would like to note that Vincent Arthur missed it by 1.
He did.
He needed to make up 1 more second, and he'd add Jacob Malone.
Yep, just a little under a second. That's painful. So, but I also looked at, you were asking how many wins he has. Well, I'm looking at, 10, 11, 12, 14 wins accounted for in the playoff win and you're in. And we are on 19, race number 19. That would lead me to believe he has 5, just mathematically speaking.
He's starting to get a bunch of these under his belt here. Doesn't seem to be slowing him down at all. I'll start running out of questions for this guy. As Dylan Banks comes away with another win, Tom Senchak second, and Josh Conover is our 3rd place finisher. Congratulations here to Dylan Banks. Guys, hold on just a moment. Let's see if we can reel these guys in and see what they got to say. Alrighty, everybody, catching up with our third place finisher, Josh Conover. What an excellent race this was here tonight at Nashville, man. Concrete track, bring back the Busch Series, the Busch car. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I figured I'd finally change it up. I know last week when I won, I said I was running McDonald's, said I didn't like the track and didn't think I had a shot. And I like Nashville. Probably could have swept the week between trucks last night and Cup tonight, but I forgot how a bunch of turd boxes these cars are when you're faster than someone, but get behind them and get in their air, and you can't pass unless you basically move them. So tire strategy bit me at the end, but we should have been further up as it was. So we'll just leave it there.
All right. Well, we took a ride with you a little bit and kind of watched you pass a few people and found that most of your success was found going off the table on the front stretch and then sticking a fender in for turn number 1. I take it this is kind of what you're explaining by running in the dirty air and you have to move people out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I got into anybody. I think Malone and I got together. I think we were talking about like side draft or something in the corner makes the car tight, but not even really that. I mean, I feel like I didn't force the issue too bad. Like I was still kind of at their left rear, but yeah, that's what you almost have to do. Like I think the end of stage 2, every lap I was a tick faster than Dylan, a tick faster than Dylan, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Like I'm not saying I was like a 10th faster, but it was still faster enough. I don't know if that makes sense. Fast enough, you know what I mean, to where you should be able to at least get to him, but you can't do anything once you get that close and you're behind somebody. You got to take every chance you get.
Yeah, we did notice you get to about under a quarter of a second and then just unable to keep moving. Either you fall back just a little bit or get a little bit closer and then had nothing for him out there. But, man, we move on to Chicago Street. Next time we meet you guys, fairly new track. I mean, I think it's only the second or third time NASCAR's actually run it, and to me it was kind of a bomb. Plenty of guys eating tires, and not a whole lot of racing out there. How do you combat a tough track like that? And, we still looking at a Vincent Arthur, Ryan Bird deal here.
Maybe, but Timmy said tonight he's putting Peyton back in the car, so everybody's going to be fighting for second, probably. But truthfully, I don't even have the track, so I'm probably going to buy it next Tuesday, turn like 5 laps, and just basically start and park equivalent of that. I don't expect hardly any stage points and any speed at all, so tried to get it tonight knowing that was coming up next week and couldn't get it done.
Dude. Nah, give it a try, man. You might be able to stick it out. Who knows? You say you hate this track, and here you are in third. Shout out, Tom.
No, I like this track. I just didn't, I don't really like New Hampshire, but, that one was kind of handed to me on a silver platter. But, no, everybody that ran, it was a good race. I think we had, Stella, you might know this one. Was it 2 racing cautions? 2 stages,
Tonight.
2 racing?
Yes, tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I was tight or loose all night. Sorry, I know some guys were battling tight, but yeah, I mean, not a bad race at all. 2 cautions, 180 laps, and green flag pit stops. I think every stage. So
Beat the heck out of the 18 last week, eh?
it's a good comeback. Hopefully next week,
Yes.
being a road course, we only throw cautions if there's 2 or more cars involved at road courses, but hopefully we don't have it since it's a street course. Hopefully the track stays, not blocked, and we can get through that quick and painless for you guys. But no, it was a good race, like I said, especially after, like you said, the caution fest of last week. So I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, appreciate the guys that came out and ran. Cups chugging along nice and strong. Trucks are kind of dying down, but I ran last night, and those things are god awful especially compared to the Cup cars. So glad to see one series is thriving and surviving, and good congrats to Tom on P2 and Dylan Bowman, as I'll call him here, another win, and I guess we'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
All right,
yeah.
buddy. And appreciate you, buddy. We on the broadcast tonight, we broke over 700 subscribers with you, man. So I appreciate you letting us bring your guys' racing to everybody out there, and we'll continue making it so to the end of the season, man. Good luck to you, and congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
Thank you. Yeah, congrats on 700 too. I know that's hopefully we get some guys watching, family and friends from the guys that are running with us, and glad to see we're growing together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Loving it. Loving it. Thanks, Josh.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's going to do it for our third place finisher. Already moving on to Tom Senchak, who ended up making it second here tonight. I've got to say, he did a lot of shuffling out there, but started second, ends second, got through the race pretty clean. Tom, talk to me about this race, man. Could anything have gone wrong for you tonight?
No, I'm pretty happy with the result. I mean, it was kind of how I expected. Pretty tight on entry, hard to pass, but I just knew if you qualify good and stay up front, even if you're slower than some of the guys behind you, it's just that dirty air is brutal. It's really, really bad going into 1 and 2. So I just tried to hold my spot and pick people off where I could.
Man, you were definitely sawing back and forth out there on the track. Some different pit strategies out of you, though. I've got to admit, you stayed with the pack most of the time, but we kind of shuffled it up just a little bit out there. Talk to me a little bit about how your team is trying to work back together, as I believe it was Kyle Rochelle who ended up getting the short end of the stick on this one.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see what happened to him. I know it happened pretty early in the race. There was a couple just weird incidents that happened everywhere. Nothing too like drastic, but just a couple of weird taps in the wall, just make the car drive a little bit different. So we tried to all get up there in the beginning because we knew that it was going to be hard to pass, but some things happen and we'll rebound.
All right, well, speaking of rebounding, I don't know how much rebound room there will be at the Chicago street track. A closed-in street track, you guys can't move around a whole lot. We have some tires that might save you, but seeing that these next-gen cars are built like bricks, it's hard to say that it won't blow into a million pieces. You know, kind of how do you set yourself up for success at the following week?
Well, we finished second there last year, but I know a lot of the guys that weren't in it then are in it now. A lot of quick guys like Malone and Patty and just all the road course guys that always do pretty well. But we finished second last year. We're hoping to get like a top 6 this year. I feel like that would be a pretty good because we're definitely not the fastest, but we want to know that out of like 30 something guys that were at least in the top 5 or top 6.
Man,
Nice.
oh man, oh man. Yeah, that's going to be tough. All right, Tom. Well, you're one of the 3 Chevrolets that finished on the podium tonight. Shout out time.
Yeah, shout out to the team. Unfortunate for Kyle, but shout out to everybody who ran really, really, really clean tonight. There could have been a lot of problems, especially how loose some people were getting early on out of 4. Everybody kept it pretty clean, low caution night, and yeah, shout out to you guys. Can't wait to watch the broadcast, and shout out to Banks for winning. He ran a perfect strategy there at the end.
Yeah, definitely. I would say it was a heck of a strategy, but man, oh man, what a great job you guys did out here tonight with the lack of cautions. I've seen Nashville get pretty ugly sometimes, but you guys definitely kept it very clean. I think if the sun went down, it would have been a lot worse, but we were able to finish up the race. No cautions needed.
Yeah.
But Tom, congratulations on second place finish, man. Chicago Street. We'll hold our breath for you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Hopefully, we talking to you.
Oh yeah. All right. That is going to be Tom Senchak out there in the 26 Chevrolet. Second place finish for him, and what a great job he did tonight. Now, Stella, we move on to the race winner here. Yet again, Mr. Banks, and as we talk to him again, talk to me a little bit about it, Stella.
You just told him we were going to hold our breath for next race, and I'm thinking to myself, that's going to make for an awfully quiet announcement.
Well, Chicago Street is a terrible track to me. We're trying to indie up the NASCAR range so much between single lug nuts. Now we're road racing, and we're trying to sling, a 3,800-pound car through a turn at 130 miles an hour. I just, nah. Now I'll pass, but we'll see what Dylan Banks has to say, because obviously he's figured out the winning strategy here tonight at the Nashville Super Speedway. We'll have Dylan Banks answer the age-old question before we get to his race. Do you think Nashville is a super speedway?
No.
Okay, excellent.
Not at all.
Perfect. All right, so talk to me about this race here tonight. Man, oh man, did you have an extra set of tires?
I did. Being honest, I know a lot of guys were taking for that last pit stop. I knew a lot of guys would take 2. I actually came down pit road and had all my 4 tires checked. I got in my pit box and it was like, oh crap, and I unchecked my left tires and it let me go. So it was planned, but I completely forgot. but I'm just so glad a caution didn't come out because I would have been um, a needle in a haystack, whether to take lefts and rights or just rights again because my lefts are gonna be more worn out than everybody else's. But it worked out perfect.
Man,
Yes, it
definitely.
did.
Yeah, that did, man. And talk to me about, we tumbled around a little bit out there with a couple of different leaders. You hung out a little farther than some of these other guys when it came time to pit. On the first stage, you kind of changed your tune when it came to the following stages. Did you notice something was changing up, or was that the plan to change up to make sure everybody wasn't running exactly what you were from the first stage?
Well, made into the run, and at the end of this, or yeah, made into the run when everybody was pitting. I was like, oh my god, I've completely forgot it's not full fuel. We only got 12 gallons. And I come down pit road and took tires, and I mean, it worked out perfect because I think it was like stage two. Caution came out like 15 laps, and we could make it on fuel the rest of the way, so I didn't have to take a set of tires. But like Josh and them, they stayed out or they went down pit road in the first stage and didn't take tires and only took fuel, so he was planning on saving like an extra couple sets, a set or two for the end. Um, so I really would have been screwed if a caution would have came out, or if a caution didn't come out, because I would have had to either take tires and fuel or just fuel only and be slower, um, and kind of risk it. So I was just happy that caution came out stage two. It really honestly saved me. But speaking of that, Pat, it was when Vinny got out in front. It's so hard to pass, just like Tom said. It's you get behind someone in that dirty air, the car just feels 10 times worse. It really does. Like I can't really even say how bad it feels. Because it's like plowing tight but loose off exit. It's horrible. But thank God I got around Vinny on pit road there, and got back up in the lead. I think that really saved my night.
What can you do when you're following behind somebody like that? Can you run a high line? Can you drop lower, or is it you're just playing follow the leader?
Well, it's a different couple things you can do. Yeah, you can go up to the top midline and kind of have that clean air on you, but it really burns your tires up on that mid to high line. Even if you use it right, it burns it up a lot more than the bottom. Um, I was just trying to have a low entry and low exit. I know a lot of guys were having like a wide arc, but still having a higher exit, and that absolutely kills the right front. Even if they say they have the wheel straight, it kills the right front. Um, so I noticed Tom was doing that too. So I was just trying to stay up under him, inside of him, and have like a low exit, and that really, really helped me. And I was able to save tires really good doing that. We went into the pits the first time with me and Josh, and Josh has been really good at saving tires here too. He was really good tonight. Um, my tires were actually better than his. I think it was like 89.92 rights.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, it was that low exit really helped me, and being able to wrap the bottom all the way around. I think that was key tonight. It really was.
Mm-mm. All right, well, we head to a landfill of a track called Chicago Street. Confidence level heading there.
But you know me, Pat. What am I gonna say? Never ran there before.
Yeah, never been there before. Yeah, I'm
So I
used to
don't-
guys telling me I would prefer them to build walls around it and fill it up with water.
Hey, Josh Conover even said he needs to buy the track.
I do too. I still haven't bought the track, so I'm gonna put some practice in this week. I know I'm not gonna go out for the win, most likely. There's some really good road racers in this league. Malone, Tom's really good. Um, that guy, I guess he's filling in for for Tim next week again. Peyton Howe. He is
Kyle Gilbert.
no, Peyton Howe.
Oh,
The guy that won
okay,
at
I'm sorry.
Sonoma. Or yeah, did he
Gotcha.
win it? Yeah, he won at Sonoma. Yeah, it's that same guy. So yeah, he's really good on road courses. So I know I don't have a winning car, even no matter how much practice I put into it. I'm not as good on road courses as anywhere else. I think they're my worst track. But I'm hoping for a top 10. I think we can get a top 10. But I'm gonna do my best and try to be there at the end. I think that's what matters.
Oh yeah. So they're bringing in a ringer.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's getting a lot of hate for it. I can promise you.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm not gonna to hate on anybody. That's not me. But if I'm out there running road courses and I'm horrible at road courses, there's no excuse that Timmy can't run it. But I mean, hey, it's whatever he wants to do. And props to him.
Yep, just gotta play by the rules, I guess.
Yep.
All right, Dylan Banks,
Right.
shout out time, and let's get you ready for that track.
Oh man, I gotta first I give a big shout out to you and Stella. Y'all do a phenomenal job up in the booth every week. Y'all are awesome. Sim Tracks is the best out there. There's no ifs buts ands about it. Sim Tracks is the best. Almost 700 subscribers. Make sure y'all hit that sub button. We need to hit 700. But also I want to shout out my guys at Flatline, my teammates. They're awesome. They give me the help and support I need every week to come out here and have a chance to win every night. I can't thank them enough. Josh, Vinny, Cody, Maddie, all the guys at Flatline are awesome. I love them to death. And I can't forget the last one. My favorite one. Gotta go to Jay.
Jay.
That's my man right there. He is always waiting. Knows hours before the race starts. Shit,
Yes.
I love him. He is awesome. Like he is like what a race fan should be. I can't tell you how much support he's given to me.
I think he tailgates.
I think so. I think he's out there drinking him a couple beers maybe.
I was
Playing
thinking
some
more like
cornhole.
barbecuing and
Yeah.
throwing the little beanbag days. But okay.
Yeah, he's out there. He's having a blast before the race starts, that's for sure. But yeah, a big shout out to him. He gives me nothing but support, and I can't thank him enough. But yeah, all in all, great night. Happy to be in Victory Lane with that paint scheme. It was Bowman's one that he ran this weekend at Nashville, and I think it was just proper to put in Victory Lane. It's too beautiful not to.
Oh, I
Cool.
love it.
Cool. All right. Well, that's definitely something there, buddy. Dylan Banks, man, we talked to you a whole bunch. I feel like we'll begin to talk to you before the season's end. So hang in there. Keep trying to Chicago Street, and I'll make sure I don't eat anything before we head to that track. All right.
Yeah, you might throw up.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Dylan Banks, appreciate you, man. Congratulations on your win here at Nashville Super Speedway.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, he knew exactly where I was going with that.
I'm glad he did.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys joining us here at Simtrax Broadcasting tonight as we broke past 700. We are at 700 subscribers now, and it's only up from here. 800, 900, and then obviously I want to hit that 1,000 here if I can possibly do that by the end of the year. But we're still going to rally cap and see if we can do it. But that's still 700, Stella. That's impressive.
I think so. I really do. And it's from people, like Dylan who go out there and Jay who is always here, and they say thank you, for coming out and letting everybody see and hear, the finest in iRacing. So
Yeah, and each one of them does count, for what we do out here and kind of how we populate out there. The more subscribers, the more things happen. The more we're seen, the more guys start recommending us, and the more it moves around, and the more we are found on YouTube when guys start to find us. But that should do it. Stella, anything left to add here with NORA before we had to get ready for the Chicago Street Course?
I would venture to say this was one of my most enjoyable races. There was always something going on all over the track, and it doesn't always have to be one of those finishes within a thousandth of a second. There were thousandths of a second all over the place, so that makes the racetrack fun for me.
Yeah, and you still remember Tim Harper and Vincent Arthur going at it at the end of the stage. Dylan Banks coming away with another win, and we saw Josh Conover trying to fight his way back to the front. Unfortunately, Harville and Kulikowski did not have their night here tonight, but I definitely feel their time is to come, and unfortunately in my gut it tells me it's going to be super speedway track. We're going to be looking at Dago. We're going to be looking at somewhere like Daytona, and I think that's going to be their time to shine. But that's going to do it with us here at Simtrax Broadcasting, bringing you the National Oval Racing Association. If you want to go ahead and sponsor these guys, if you want to sponsor a race, if you want to sponsor a flag, you could have a caution flag, or the white flag, or the checker flag, either one. Or if you were looking to sponsor the entire broadcast, definitely sign up. Find a hold of Josh Conover. He can get you signed up, and we can even get you on a car out there. But from all of us here at Simtrax Broadcasting, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll see you at Chicago Street, guys.